Food trucks, the easiest way to get more customers. Simply bring the food to where hungry customers are likely to be. In this case, it's the University of Illinois campus. But what goes into making sure these trucks are operating safely and to the standards upheld by the Public Health District? I was able to sit down with Sarah Michaels, Director of Environmental Health at the Champaign-Urbana Public Health District. Sarah is in charge of the section of the Public Health District responsible for inspecting food trucks for health standards.
Okay, so food trucks have to go through the same requirements that a restaurant would have to go through. So menu always determines requirements. So based on the menu, we make sure that the mobile has the minimal standards in order to provide that menu. So food trucks have more of like a condensed service, and the reason for that is they have a commissary base that they can go back and do prep, ware washing, and do the basics, and then the food truck is kind of like a cook and serve type of process. It is the same requirements. A mobile, you're looking for different types of requirements than an actual brick and mortar place. So a food truck has to be self-sufficient, has to have sufficient supply of hot and cold running water, electricity, cold facilities. So it's kind of like an abbreviated inspection as far as requirements for a food truck.
Meaning that food trucks are held to the same standards as any other place that would make food. While the trucks may be held to the same health standards as regular restaurants, there are other rules that a brick and mortar restaurant might not have to worry about. For example, how long can they stay in one space?
That is an agreement that they set up with either private businesses to be on their property. We also have a food truck program through the cities that they have designated areas that food trucks can set up. They usually they have set standard locations that they set up, and then they set up, and then they're able to do electrical or a generator, and then they're able to cook and serve.
Now that we know that food trucks are held to the same standards as other restaurants while also being monitored in other ways, how do we go about complaining when something's wrong? Sarah explained her department investigates all complaints they receive, just as they would for any other restaurant.
Majority of the time, I would say 90% are probably valid.
But don't worry, Sarah explains that there are procedures in place should there be an issue found.
So if it's an imminent health hazard, like wastewater, we would require that they would temporarily close or cease operations until that's repaired. Like maybe refrigeration not working, or that they don't have any hot water for hand washing. So those are those imminent things that they have to have corrected. They have to be those essential items on those trucks.
To sum everything up, food trucks are just restaurants on wheels, health standards and other regulations included. Besides, Sarah's got us covered, assuring me that in the entire time she's been working as a director, she's never had a bad experience with a food truck as a customer. So don't be afraid to get your snack on.